Believe it or not, but there was a time when PC gaming wasn't even really a thing. When it came to gaming, the arcade was really the place to be. And then soon after, at home, you had the Atari, and the Nintendo Entertainment System came later. Famous console wars between Sega and Nintendo with the Genesis and Super. We didn't realize it then that gaming was about to change forever. Looking back, we can see it. But right about that time, during the 16-bit console era, Quake came out and changed everything. Sure, you had Wolfenstein and Doom before it, but Quake was the first 3D interactive game. In fact, every 3D game since has Quake code deep down inside of it. Saying all this to say, gaming would never be the same. And if you ask me, the first-person shooter is what propelled PC gaming into the forefront. And ever since, everyone's been chasing its tail. Sure, the consoles caught up and around the Dreamcast era, but still, when it comes to first-person shooters, the PC with a keyboard and mouse is the epitome of that genre. Now let's take a step back. GoldenEye and Halo came out, and boom, all of a sudden, we all went from being nerds to video games are cool now. It's been almost 30 years, and we are finally about to take the next big step, the next evolution of gaming. And again, this gaming renaissance is going to be led or spearheaded particularly by the first-person genre. And this gaming renaissance, for lack of a better word, is going to change all of gaming for the better. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Military Simulator, Tactical Shooter, and Historic Gaming channel, where we give away a Steam key to one of our lucky viewers at the end of the week, every week. So, a lot has happened since I've been away for this short 2 weeks. A lot of big news within the genre. But just in case this video picks up traction some miraculous way within the YouTube algorithm, I want to start it off from square one. Now, if you've been around the channel for any time now, you've probably heard me say this before. And it's almost the idea this whole channel is really built around. You could call it my shtick. Now, I should probably hold my tongue on this first part. I try my best not to boast. And really, you could look at it either way. Am I cutting myself down when I say that I'm an OG in this space? That's right, an original gamer. And being there since damn near the beginning, I've been able to see the industry go through ups and downs. And hell, when I was born, the gaming industry was considered dead. Back when they made like a gajillion copies of E.T. for Atari and they never sold. Let's say we wanted to focus modern gaming down to an origin. And if you asked me, that BC AD point would be the release of Quake. Like I said, every game since has its base code deep inside of it. Well, unless it's, you know, a modern 2D pixel game or something like that. But all games are freaking 3D now. A lot of the old gamer heads really hated the transition. They didn't want to go to 3D. But here we are, and gaming will never be the same. But I'll never forget when Quake came out. Before that, multiplayer gaming was 2, 3, 4 people sitting at a console with corded controllers, playing split screen. But when Quake came out, it was one of the first times you could play multiplayer across the phone line or a 56K modem. Now this is right about when the internet was coming out. And by the time Quake 2 was out, they had full-blown 16, 32 player servers. But at this moment in gaming, there was this magical, for lack of a better word, brotherhood. I mean, you could feel it in the air. We felt special, and we were special. I remember trying to explain to the kids that were still playing Super Nintendo and Sega how freaking cool first-person shooters were. Yeah, Donkey Kong Country, Mario Kart, cool. But have you freaking played Quake 2? Or even Doom, for that matter? For those of you that don't know, Doom is not 3D. It's 2.5D. They use sprites and trickery to make it look 3D. But I digress. But back to the topic at hand. As I was saying, magic in the air. Boy, was it a glorious time to be a gamer. There was a sense of brotherhood. If you had a question about the game or even hardware, just ask the guy online. He'll be more than happy to help you out. And this is even back when free-for-all was called deathmatch. All versus all. That was the default or even most popular mode being played. And then came Capture the Flag, and people really started playing as a team. And if you were alive back then, or know anybody in their 30s going on 40, and played PC gaming, ask them about Team Fortress. Because that, my friend, was the beginning of it all. The first game with separate classes, all of the classes completely different, yet supportive of each other. And to win, you really had to have a diversity of classes, stellar teamwork, and of course, the big word here on this channel, communication. Well, since then, 20, almost 30 years have gone by, and something has happened to gaming. And I feel like it's something that happens to everything in this reality. Humans!
Just remember what we're fighting for, guys. Just remember what
Yeah, that's right. As wonderful and resilient a creature we are, boy do we like to mess stuff up. And gaming could not escape our wrath. Slowly but surely, that glorious brotherhood devolved down into a childlike meta of backstabbing, looting, trolling. That's what was considered fun in gaming. Come on, best friend, come jump on my server. We're gonna have fun for a couple hours until I stab you in your back and take all of your stuff. And that's what it's been for 20 years. That's how we came about the Battle Royale. Now, of course, it started with the deathmatch free-for-all, but back then it was just a game. Sure, you won bragging rights, but there was no loot, no dazzling little trinkets to place on your gun or skin, no super awesome NFTs. I mean, that rubbish wasn't even thought of. But saying all of this to say, there is a light at the end of the debauchery tunnel, and we are approaching fast. Now, some of you already know what I think. These tactical games, these military simulators, this genre is the spearhead of the future of gaming. Considering you can go onto a 100-player server, all 100 players have mics, and for the most part, follow commands as they come down the command chain. Now, granted, trying to squad lead a Hell Let Loose squad versus a squad resembles herding cats. We gotta start somewhere. But this particular genre is like no other. The cooperation, the team cohesion, bar none. There's nothing like it. And this is only the beginning. I really think in the next 10 years, we'll be able to see a difference. I think all genres are gonna take something from this Mil-Sim tac shooter genre. And I really think this genre's best times are just ahead of it. We got games like Hell Let Loose and Insurgency on console now. More and more of these console gamers are gonna see the possibilities. Maybe even some of them come to PC. But either way, this genre is finally about to take off when it comes to more and more new players coming into it. I really think so. There's no better time to be a Mil-Simmer. Most of us have already heard a while back that Hell Let Loose was pretty much acquired by Team 17, Ground Branch by Microprose, and now earlier this week we got the news that the developers of Squad, Beyond the Wire, and Postscriptum, known as Off-World Industries, were acquired by none other than the Chinese company Tencent. Now, there's no other company with money like Tencent. And you may ask, why is this so important? Because now all of these companies have stupid money to throw into these games. And if anything was holding them back, that's what it was. Tencent probably owns 49% of OWI, giving the Vancouver-based studio that started out as a bunch of modders the overall final say as far as development of the games go, which is awesome. We still get the incredible work that only OWI can do, yet now it's backed by big bucks. Also, huge news since I've been away. As many of you know, I probably main Postscriptum. Well, they are adding DLSS to the game. So if, now I don't, but if you have a 2000 or 3000 series GPU, you'll be able to take advantage of this DLSS. And what it does is pretty much boost your frames. Now, it's still early, but what it looks like is a steady, maybe even more than 20% boost in frames, which is huge. Now, I'm on an old 1060 6GB GPU, so I won't be able to take advantage of this new DLSS. But nevertheless, it's great news. Anything to get players coming back. And everyone knows Postscriptum needs players. It's not no secret. However, woe to those who have never played it just because of low players. Because as most of you know, most of my viewers know, it's an incredible game and should not be missed. Now, Beyond the Wire is soon getting bots, and being that this is all tied under OWI, eventually Postscriptum will get bots, and we'll never have to worry about the game so-called dying, which if you ask me, with or without bots, this game will always have a cult following. But back to the topic at hand before closing out this video, I wanted to mention Ready or Not. I don't think anyone was expecting Ready or Not to do the numbers it did. We need to realize how important and special this is. Now, hopefully, these gigantic corporations that basically control these developers of AAA studios have taken note, and I'm sure they have at least noticed the kind of numbers Ready or Not put up, and do something to take advantage of this information. Imagine the next Rainbow Six that come out is just called Rainbow Six and goes back to the roots, a raw, nitty-gritty tactical shooter. Anyways, I don't want to keep you guys forever. I want to thank everybody for watching, of course. And as far as my viewers go, for those of you that aren't in the Discord and don't know already, I've been dealing with a lot IRL, tragedy, financial woes. But nonetheless, I want to thank you all for sticking with me, for not unsubscribing. It would be pretty dumb of me to lose my house, all whilst making YouTube videos that net a profit of maybe 40 cents a piece, when I could have been using that time to work overtime and save my ass. Anyway, I know you guys understand. I love you all to death. I'm not quite over the hump yet, so continue to bear with me. But the future is very bright for me, and that means if all goes to plan, it'll be bright for the channel too. Anyway, just sending loves to all of you. We're gonna get back in the swing of handing out Steam keys every week. So if you're new around here, all you gotta do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, of course, join our Discord community, it's linked below, and drop a comment. Say whatever you want, but within the comment, leave your Discord name and number. That's gonna be your ticket stub. I am also trying to get off another episode of the top 10 Mil-Sim moments that will be comprised of all of you guys' clips, and of course, whoever takes first place wins a Steam key. So if you record your gameplay and have yet to submit your kill streaks, your funny moments, any kind of cool clips of gameplay of these indie shooters, come over to the Discord and submit them in the submit your clip section. Special shout out to my channel members. You fools literally paid my phone bill the other month when I was in a tight spot, and I want to give you a direct thank you. Alright everybody, I want to ask each of you to do something good for yourselves today. I'll see you boys in the next one. Y'all be good to each other.